I feel like all I'm doing in Sequoia and Kings Canyon is panning up shots.
Makes sense.
Here,
It's still hard to catch it all.
It is. Here, I'll mix it up a little bit. I'll pan down.
Oh.
Pulled up to the storage or the dump station and noticed that somewhere between Albuquerque and here, our door has fallen off. Luckily,
Very luckily.
yes, the hose was far enough in the tube not to come flying out, but that could have been a disaster.
It still could be. What are we gonna do?
I think I'm gonna try to find some duct tape or some Flex Seal, and I'm just gonna make a makeshift door until we can get to an RV dealership and take care of it. But I gotta clean the rest of this up first.
Heading out on our own with our hope in the clouds, and we're starting to see that we're onto something. Feel it coming, we'll keep running, nothing in our way.
Crossed into California.
I don't know what I was expecting. I think I assumed incorrectly that the Mojave Desert would be flat. It's actually pretty steep, the hills that we're on, so.
Beautiful, beautiful scenery though. So, what, we have about 3.5 hours left?
And a chance to see a never-ending world that's beautiful. Here we go, with the sunlight on our skin. It's a brand new day, it's ours to take, and we will let it in. This is where the adventure begins.
So, we are starting our day off in Sequoia National Park, which could not be more opposite than Lake Havasu, Arizona. It was 106 there, it's 54 here right now, but we are in the middle of these giant trees. So excited to get going. The drive up here is very windy and very steep, so if you're sensitive to that, plan accordingly, but pop a Dramamine and just do it. Absolutely worth seeing.
You taking the bear spray? Or you want me to take the bear spray?
I have the snacks in my pocket, so it
Okay.
makes more sense for
Please
me
don't leave me.
to have the bear spray.
Amy has this habit of taking the bear spray and then taking off about 50 to 100 yards ahead of me. Please don't leave me.
Well, I would get to the bear first and protect you.
Not if it came up from behind.
Jim has a habit of walking too slowly. That's what really happens. Are you eating candy? We're starting off at the Giant Forest Museum area. Took about 20 minutes or so to drive up here. Anyway, this is a pretty level trail, but it's a great trail to see a lot of giant trees.
Well, hang on, let me read first. I want to get. So I think we go that way, right?
I thought it was a loop.
It is, but.
Really?
Beautiful
Oh, in
rocks.
yellow. It's in
You
yellow.
See, yeah,
I see it.
you see what I mean?
Yeah.
The Big Trees Trail is this one.
Okay, that's what we want to do.
Yeah,
So we would go behind the museum.
yeah, I think that way.
Wander in the forest, light is spinning on my while the world is passing, we are everlasting.
This tree that fell, you see the root system, that's the craziest root system. It eventually got so heavy that the tree's closer here to the meadow, the ground's too wet. So it fell over, but the hole that it left behind was perfect conditions for this sequoia that we see now to grow. That's pretty crazy.
Wanted love,
This is terrible exercise. Don't come here for the hiking.
No, it's kind of a leisure.
Leisure. It is a leisure stroll because we keep stopping about every 10 yards. The lighting, the way it's hitting. We came into the park gates at around 7:30, I think, somewhere between there. And we're the only people out here right now. So
It's amazing.
we are so fortunate because
We
it's
were
real
warned
crowded.
yesterday to be here early, and we got here early. No one's here, so
It's good for us.
a big tree hike is a lovely little hike.
Big Tree Trail is a lovely leisurely stroll.
The advice is always go early, go late to national parks, and it's no more apparent than right now. An hour and a half ago, this parking lot was completely empty. We probably 2 other cars in the parking lot, tops among us. The trail, nobody was on it. Now, wow, look at that. Just packed full and people coming from all over the place.
And it's a Saturday.
And it was a Saturday in the
And that's
national
just
park.
Saturday and Sunday are the very worst.
Yep,
So
so
let's roll on.
let's go.
The next stop right by the Big Tree Trail is Sherman Tree Trail. And Sherman is the hallmark. It's the Old Faithful or the Grand Prismatic of Sequoia. So you got to stop in and see it while you're here. Every park has its hallmark location. And you should see it. You're there.
Old Faith.
Old Faithful. That was steep. Coming back up. Not long, but steep.
Not a hard hike, just steep hike.
But honestly, if you're short on time,
Skip it.
skip it. Do the Big Tree Trail instead. You're going to see more. So, but I'm glad we did it.
The situations we find ourselves in, Amy.
Yeah, that's us.
We didn't want to go through the winding park again, so we took a different route. What saved us 4 minutes?
2.
2 minutes. And I'm not sure if it was worth these roads are the narrowest roads, 1-lane roads around mountains.
We get to see cows
Yes, we get to see a lot. It's
and
a lot
bull
of fun.
riders. We saw some bull riders practicing.
Yes. Now, we were on this road for about 20 minutes, 25 minutes, and did not see a soul except that bull rider out in the middle of a ring, which was bizarre. Should have stopped and got some footage of that. But we just passed 2 cars, so thank goodness that this is a road. It's less traveled, but it is traveled. Thank you very much. You too. Oh, you have fun too.
If you're traveling to Sequoia Sequoia and Kings Canyon is it is important to note the dogs are not allowed on the trails or anything. It's really cool here today, so we thought we'd let our dogs take the ride with us and hang out in the truck while we're doing our hikes, just to get them out of the RV a little bit, a change of scenery. Right off the parking lot for the Grant Tree is also a North Grant Loop. It's a couple of miles long. We're going to give it a try. It's not crowded, so let's see what we see. We had to bail on that hike. It's mostly fire damage area, which I think makes both of us feel a little sad for some reason.
Very sad.
It's necessary for the sequoias. It's actually part of their life cycle. They need that ashy soil, but we just weren't feeling the hike, so bailed on it. We were going to stop in the visitor center, but it wasn't quite open yet. So we have an hour and 19 minutes back down this curvy road.
So tell me, do you think the drive is worth it, Kings Canyon?
That's tough. It is a long drive, but yes, it was really pretty what we saw. So
It was.
We were in the Grant area. There are many more areas to the King Canyon National Park. It's kind of like a mini Yosemite, and we're going to Yosemite soon. So we opted not to take that extra drive time today. But the bottom of Three Rivers, California, that side of Sequoia, the southern side, is primarily orange and lemon grove. So
Oh, sounds like some fresh fruit.
it's time to go get some fruit.
Be still, you'll be fine with a little bit of doubt. So be still, you don't always have to have an answer. Well, I'm figuring out, you don't always have to figure it out.
We've got some tangerines, blood oranges, lemons. I make pancakes out of lemons. I'll have to show you that sometime. We got some great looking but rather pricey green beans, fresh squeezed orange juice for our chicken marinade, a new brand of decaf we'll have to give a try. Jim got some chili lemon pistachios. Wait till you see these strawberries. Oh my gosh, avocado. But tell me, these are not stunning. The color's right, the shape's right. That's gonna be delicious tonight. And last but not least, something we eat every single day of our life, and that is blueberries. But look, these are big, like the ones you find in Maine. So, be anxious to try those. We got the Mac Daddy.
You don't always have to have an answer. Be still, you'll be fine with a little bit of doubt. So be still, you don't always have to have an answer. Well, I'm figuring out, you don't always have to figure it out.